Okay, and looking at determining the equation of a circle in standard form, okay, and say we have to determine the equation of the one that has the following points on its edge, okay, where we have 3, 1, -3, -5, as well as 9, -5, and just for what we have in the general layout, okay, for the standard form of the equation of a circle, okay, so we have x minus h squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared, and again just with the details. Okay, so I have again, so you have the location of the center of the circle at hk, and again we have the radius to be at r. Okay, and let's say that working with these edge points, okay, so we have at xy, okay, is equal to 3, 1. And if I take what I have for this equation, okay, so again I have with x minus h squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. Okay, so if I substitute 3 for x and 1 for y, okay, so I have 3 minus h quantity squared plus 1 minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared, and just expanding, okay, so I have 9 minus 6h plus h squared, we have plus 1 minus 2k plus k squared is equal to r squared. And if I combine the terms, okay, and just arrange in descending degree order, okay, so right now I've got h squared plus k squared minus 6h minus 2k, and the constants, okay, will combine to 10. Again, we have is equal to r squared. Now let's say that for the next edge point, okay, so if I have that to be the x and the y values, okay, so we have again, so we have -3, -5, and just establishing this time around. And so I'm just going to move this down a bit. So again, still using x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared, and substituting. Okay, so we have -3 minus h quantity squared plus -5 minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared, and distributing, okay, so we have 9, and this time I'm going to have plus 6h plus h squared, and we have 25 plus 10k plus k squared is equal to r squared, and just arranging, okay, so I have h squared plus k squared, and I have plus 6h plus 10k, and the constants added to 34, and we have is equal to r squared, and we have finally with the last edge point, so we have 9, -5. So what I have here, okay, so filling in, okay, so you have 9 minus h squared. We got negative 5 minus k squared is equal to r squared. And this time, okay, have completing what we have here, squaring out 9 minus h, so we have 81 minus 18h plus h squared. Again, we have 25, 10k, and k squared. And again, just combining the terms. I have h squared plus k squared plus 10k. And if I just rearrange, I'm going to just put this in alphabetical order, though I could leave it as it was. So I have minus 18h plus 10k, and 81 plus 25, okay, that will make 106. And we have is equal to r squared. Okay, so we have these equations, okay, arranged. Okay, so if I look at, say, the first two equations, okay, from the edge points that I have established, and just line these up. And what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to eliminate, just combine what I have here, eliminate as many of the terms, okay, and just get it down to terms that we have in h and k. Alright, so if I subtract one equation from the other, okay, so we have in the lineup, okay, so we got h squared will go out, k squared goes out, and I got negative 6h minus 6h, so I'm going to have a negative 12h, negative 2k minus 10k, that will be a minus 12k, 10 minus 34 is going to be a negative 24, r squared minus r squared is 0, so right now I can say that I have negative 12h minus 12k is equal to 24. And if I take, let's say, just lining up the second equation and the third equation, so again I have h squared, k squared, 6h, 10k plus 34 is equal to r squared. And having this now to occur simultaneously with, okay, the last edge point equation established. Okay, so again, just taking one equation away from the other, and just have the terms solely in terms of the what we have in first order for both h and k. All right. So we have in setting up, okay, so we have, again, h squared goes out, k squared goes out, and we have 6h plus 18h, okay, so that's going to be 24h. Notice we have 10k minus 10k will go out, 34 minus 106 will be a negative 72, r squared minus r squared is equal to 0. Guess what? Okay, we're on our pathway to solving for h already. So we got 24h is equal to 72, and we have with division by 3, we're going to have that h is equal to 3. And so for what we have in the mix, now from the reduced equation from the first round, I could have simplified this, okay, but we'll just follow through as it is. So we have negative 12h minus 12k is equal to 24, and since I have h already established to be at 3, since h is already at 3, I can just go ahead and solve for k. So I have negative 12 times 3 minus 12k is equal to 24. Negative 12 times 3 is negative 36. They have minus 12k is equal to 34. And looking at adding 36 to both sides, so we have negative 12k is equal to 60. And so we're going to have that k is equal to negative 5. Okay, so in looking at what we have with our equation, okay, so again, this is the general layout. And so we got with h equal to 3 and k equal to negative 5. And again, if I use any of the edge points, okay, so I can use any one of these three to get to r squared. Okay, so again, so if I have at xy equal to the first edge point, they have a 3, 1. Okay, what's going to happen here is that for x minus h, okay, so we have 3 minus 3, since x is at 3, h is at 3, and y minus k, y is at 1, k is at negative 5, (3 minus 3 is 0, 1 minus negative 5), okay, that's going to be a 6. And it's going to follow that r squared is equal to 36, and for the radius of this particular circle, okay, that would be the square root of 36, okay, which is going to be at 6. Okay, so again, we have that h is equal to 3, k is equal to negative 5. Again, we have established that r squared is equal to 36. And for what we have in the case of the equation of the circle in standard form, and so we have, upon filling in, it's going to follow that we have x minus 3 squared. Again, we have y minus negative 5, which is going to translate to y plus 5. And again, r squared is already at 36. And so we have, for the final answer on this, okay, this is going to come down to the square of x minus 3 plus that of the quantity of y plus 5 is equal to 36. And that would be the equation of the circle in standard form that has those three specified edge points.